So I recently got a comment on one of my videos, and I'm gonna just read it out loud. I'd like to know some more tips for gaining confidence back. After years of chronic illness, some breakups, essay, self-harm, I feel like I'm paralyzed out of fear I'm not going to be good enough. I'm an artist and it's becoming just increasingly hard to paint, even though when I do, I am satisfied with the result. Instead of being in the flow now, it's just like overwhelming fear with every brush stroke that I'm going to ruin it. My voice is still kind of shot from my sickness. I don't know why it's lasting like weeks and weeks, but just bear with me. So we're gonna address this comment, and I decided to make it an entire video instead of just messaging to like making a reply to her, because confidence is an entire topic. We can talk about it all day. And I want to put my biggest, juiciest, golden tips in this video so you guys have a good, meaty content video with information that you guys can pull apart to see what aligns with you and what doesn't. This is where this video comes in. To possess confidence, do you need outside factors or inside factors to have confidence? No. You don't need to have gone and get your PhD to have confidence. You don't need to be socially attractive to have confidence. You don't need to be the perfect body type to have confidence. You can have confidence without all of those things. But is it easier to have confidence with those things? It's a debatable topic, yes and no. There are things on the outside that you may think you need to be confident, like we just said, like maybe it's a body type, or it's a physical attribute that you want to have, or maybe it's the education level that you want to have, or the relationship that you want to have. These things are outside sources of confidence. These things kind of count as extrinsic motivations. Intrinsic motivations is where you feel capable. You feel like you can trust yourself. You feel trustworthy. You feel respectable. Regardless of how you look and your social status, you feel confident. So will all of these things make it easier? Maybe. But you don't need them to be confident. Okay, I know we've dived into journaling in my other videos, but we're going to dive into journaling again in this video. Take out your journals if you're serious, or whatever, a piece of paper, a notebook, on your phone. If you're actually serious about having self-confidence and self-love, you're going to actually do what I have to say. So I want you guys to actually take out a piece of paper, okay? And you're going to write down what is stopping you from being confident. Write it down. What is holding you back from being confident? What is like that one thing where, like, say you're going to an event, or you want to speak at a party, or you want to talk to friends, or you want to talk to someone that you're interested in, like, what is stopping you? What is that one thing that's holding you back? Like, you know what it is. What's that one thing? There's like one thing, maybe it's two things. What is it that's like that thing that's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it because of this. It could be even three things, okay? But it's usually this one thing that you think like, I can't do it because of this. You may feel so like uncomfortable writing it down. Like you may feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to even admit this. Like whatever it is, write it down and be honest with yourself, because no one's going to be honest with you if you're not honest with yourself. No one else is going to be honest. Like there's no one else to be honest. Like there's not some other guys going, okay, I'll tell you what it is. No, you have to tell yourself what it is. You have to write it down. Like you have to just put it into words and write it on the paper and just get it over with. Like just get this step over with. Now the next journal prompt I want you guys to write down is, what would my life look like without this factor? A, B, whatever. What would my life look like without this? Without blank? Would you now be able to approach this person? Would you now be able to apply for that job? Would you now be able to walk straight, give eye contact? Like the comment we just read. Are you now able to make art and continue your work? What does your life look like? How do people treat you? How do you treat yourself? And I want you guys to just see that this is not that far off. Like you're here, this is where that is. Just bridge this gap. This is like a gap that you think this is an illusion. You think that there's a gap here. There's not. You can just close the gap. Like you think there's a gap. This is where you have loopholes. We have a loophole, okay? The loophole is what you think of yourself. Okay, so we've journaled, we've shifted our mindset of how like this, and we don't have to have a gap here. We can just close the gap quickly and fast. We don't have to think that there's a huge gap. There's a huge space in between what we are and what we want. There's not a huge space. It's just you. The only thing in between there is you. And once you figure that out, you're going to realize that life is not as complicated as you think. Okay? The only one in between there is you. What are some things that we want to do to develop our confidence? Now, I know it's all in the head. We just discussed that. But I want to talk about different practical steps that you can do to bring out the confidence within yourself. Okay? You have it within you. You're just uncovering it. When you read, when you watch educational long-form content, and I want to stress the long-form content part, because short-form content, just scrolling on TikTok, we learn things, of course. I definitely would learn things when I'm scrolling on TikTok because of my selected and curated feed. But when we watch long-form content and we're not just succumbing to fast dopamine releases, we are gaining a new insight of knowledge that we didn't have before. And when we now have this, we can put it under our belt. So think of our confidence meter, or how to gain confidence in this next steps that I'm going to tell you, as almost like we have a belt and we're arming ourselves. So when you're a warrior and you're going into battle, you're going to feel more confident if you have trained, if you were prepared. If you feel like you had a plan in place, if you know thyself and know thy enemy, like you're just going to feel a lot more prepared, and that's going to bring you confidence. So the same thing with life. If you arm your belt, if you have all this knowledge and trust under your belt, then that's going to arm you for the rest of your life, right? So reading 10 books a year is going to give you another slight edge to the confidence. Obviously, we don't have to read books to be confident. Like I just said, these are kind of outside things, but they kind of translate to inward things, because now you feel trust within yourself, because you're like, okay, now I know what to do in this situation and how to handle this emotion, because I've armed myself with knowledge. This makes it easier, okay? So we are going to arm ourselves with this knowledge, arm ourselves with this trust. And when I keep going back to the word trust, is because I want you guys to trust in yourselves. A big reason why we don't have confidence is because we lack trust within ourselves. Let's say it's working out, like you want to achieve this dream body. Do you have confidence in yourself that you can achieve this goal? Yes or no? Your answer could depend on your past experiences, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So how did you behave in the past? If you had a goal in the past, did you complete the goal? Were you actually consistent? This is going to tell you now if you can trust yourself. This is now arming you with the ability to be confident in yourself, because you know you have it in you to follow through with goals, because you said, oh, well, last year when I had like a month of doing this commitment, this task, and I had to do that every day for a month, and I did that. So now you have like this underlying confidence because you did that, you followed through. So an easy practical way for you to gain confidence is to do something consistently and follow through, because now you have trust in yourself. So if you want to take it a step further, you can now make a commitment, a small commitment. Maybe it's a healthy habit that you want to start, or a unhealthy habit that you want to cut out, okay? I want you to make it a commitment to yourself to do that for the next week, for the next month, okay? Whichever one. You can start smaller, you can go to the month. And I want you guys to track your progress. That's the most important part. And at the end, if you followed through, you're going to notice your confidence has increased. And this is going to increase your confidence on a subconscious level. You're not going to realize you're increasing your confidence, but you are, because you're arming yourself with trust, self-trust, okay? Another thing, introduce self-love practices. Self-love practices are going to help you be confident, because you deserve to be confident, because you worked on yourself. Even if you don't like or love your outside appearance, you're loving yourself. So now you have this extra step up of like, okay, I trust myself, I love myself, and then this is going to radiate confidence. So what we just talked about is to arm ourselves with these intricate inner workings, okay? Inner workings that are going to help us express confidence. But we can take it a step further again. So this is what to do on the outside to feel more confident. So is there something that you want to work on physically that would help you with your confidence? What is stopping you from doing that? So let's say it's your body, okay? You want to work out, you want to, whatever it may be. You want to get in shape, you want to gain weight, you want to lose weight, whatever it may be to gain that confidence. What is stopping you from doing that? Do you even feel motivated enough to complete that goal? Maybe you think, okay, well, it's important to me, but not that important. Well, we can solve this problem here by placing yourselves in positions where you're going to make it feel important. Okay, let's say I don't feel confident about my outfits and how I portray myself with like how I dress, okay? I don't really put much effort into how I dress. Now I want you to put yourself, or I want you to put myself in a position where I would need to dress well. So maybe I went to an upscale restaurant, or I went traveling to some country where everyone kind of dresses more upscale, everyone dresses better. So now I kind of have this shock of like, okay, this was my goal. I wanted to dress better to feel more confident, and I didn't really have the motivation, but now I do, because I'm looking at all these people. They all look amazing. They're kind of living this example of how I want to live. So you're telling yourself right now that you can only be confident if you reach here, this level of physical appearance, this level of status, okay? What's stopping you from getting there? Do you even want to reach there? Do you even feel worthy of getting there? Your own thoughts are holding you back. You're here and you think this is unachievable. But we just talked about the only thing in this middle, the only thing that's in the middle of this bridge is you. Do you understand the amount of people in this world that had this bridge and they just closed the gap because they thought they could? It all starts with you. It all starts with your thoughts. Do you think that you could, or do you think that you can't? The person that says they can and the person that says they can't are both usually right. It's all about perception. It's all about what you think you can achieve. There are people that had less than you that are going to achieve those goals that you want to achieve. I want you guys to think about somebody else stealing your goals and doing it better than you can. You had this goal, you thought it wasn't achievable, and now somebody else, let's say your neighbor, just did that goal because they were motivated by you. They saw what you did. You started, but you didn't complete it because you got scared. You thought you couldn't do it. But this just starting motivated somebody else, and now sparks in their brain went off and they're like, oh my gosh, this is possible. Someone else is doing it. Let me try it. And they went because they thought it's possible. They did it. Okay? You think it's impossible, so you're not going to do it. You think it's not achievable, so you're not going to achieve it. What makes you think that you can't achieve confidence? Everybody else has the exact same amount of time as you. 24 hours in the day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We all have the exact same time. Why do you think that you can't do it? Other people are believing in themselves and you're not. Other people have confidence in themselves and you don't. Why do you think that you can't do things? Other people think they can, and so they do them. That's the only difference. I want you guys to ask yourself, has there been someone else with far less than me that has done it? The answer is usually yes. So if that's the case, then why do you think that you can't? If what's going to make you confident is dressing like and having your makeup like and your hair like the people that you post in your Pinterest board, or just like this certain image that you have, what is stopping you from doing those things? Go do those. Go out and get outfits that are going to make you feel confident. Stop buying things that people are telling you, oh, you should get like this, you should dress like this. Why don't you buy that because that looks cute on you? Stop asking other people for their input and their advice and start listening to yourself. When you go shopping, pick out things that make you feel good. When you do your makeup, do a makeup look that makes you feel super confident. What is that ultimate look? Do that every day. What is that ultimate outfit? Wear that more often. What is that ultimate hairstyle that makes you feel the best? Well, do that more often. Do that every day. See how you feel when you start doing these things, dressing this way, acting a certain way, putting your posture a certain way. Like, put yourself in this position of confidence and then see how that feels. It's going to come easier and easier to you. And specifically for that viewer that left a comment, what does it feel like to make that painting, to paint, and to have the end result being amazing? What does it feel like to just have confidence and just do it? The only thing holding you back is you. So eliminate that and just work. Eliminate yourself from the equation. The thoughts that you have, put them on clouds and have them float by. Just put them on a cloud. Like you're sitting there, okay, a thought comes in like, oh, this is going to mess up. This is going to mess up. Like, this is going to go bad. Put that on a cloud, and the cloud is passing. It passes over you, and it's gone. It's not that it quickly vanishes. It's just that you're watching it pass by slowly. Okay, guys? I have to end the video there. It's getting really long. I do health coaching. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, I offer 1 session, 6 sessions, or 12 sessions in my link in the description. If you're interested in leveling up and being a better version of you and being more confident and having an accountability partner and following through with your goals and figuring out what's holding you back, then message me and I will start a consultation with you and we will go from there. But I will end the video there, guys. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.